Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe and alarm bell buttons and do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen right now. Also, big thank you to everyone supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/earlymorningbarking. There's a link in the description below. I'm putting out extra content on there every week. There's extra videos and podcasts and stuff like that. And I'm trying to read through the Discord, but I'm a bit slow. That's just me. Sorry. But anyway, I'm here to talk to you about the dangers of self-help culture, which is fairly vague, so I'll try and make it a bit more specific for you, because there's a couple of things I worry about. Now, first of all, I want to be very clear that I don't think there's anything wrong with self-help. I'm not here to talk about anything along the lines of you shouldn't try and help yourself, because, well, I'm very aware that the help I've had and other therapy can be very difficult to come by, right? It can be difficult to get diagnosed with things, and then even when you are, it can be difficult to get the help that you need. It took me years to get to just going to group, because I was fobbed off for years being told I was depressed. You know, I took antidepressants for 20 years. You're not supposed to take antidepressants for 20 years. You're supposed to take them for about a couple of weeks. And getting that therapy was life-changing. That is what led us all here to this video, instead of something much more horrible. And it's been amazing. But what if I couldn't get that? What if it wasn't there? I could either wallow, or not wallow as such, but be defeated by it. These are heavy mental health problems that we have, right? It's no shameful thing for when you have no help to be beaten by them. And I was being beaten by them. Wow, And so, for a lot of people out there, I think self-help is not only the answer, but the only thing they can do. And that is, in fact, part of making these videos. I want to share what I've learned. I'm not a medical professional. I can't therapize you. But I can tell you what I've found to work for me. That's what I can do. And so this channel is self-help stuff, right? But this stuff comes with a warning. It comes with an asterisk. It comes with that but at the end of it. And as I said, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just an idiot with a microphone and a camera, right? I'm not necessarily going to give you the best or correct care that you need. And neither of us have the knowledge to do anything about that, right? I don't know what you need. I can't give you that. And more's the point, you don't know what you need either. Do you need group therapy? Do you need DBT? Do you need medication? I don't know. And we start to run into danger if you start putting too much faith in things like me to the expense of other things. Does that make sense? What I'm saying is, this is great and all, but if you can get real therapy, get real therapy. Get real treatment. See a medical professional. Do that sort of thing. If you can do that, do that. This is not a replacement for that, right? And depending on the severity of your problems, neither are any of the other things out there, right? We have trained medical professionals for a reason. They learn things that I don't know. They learn those things because they need to know those things to be an effective person at their job and what they do and making people better. So, isn't it reasonable to assume that they might know something I don't, and that other people don't, and that you don't, and that if we can see them, we should see them? Now, again, I'm not saying cut anything off. If you found a self-help thing, if you found something that helps you and makes you feel better, then great. And I think one of the best things about all of this stuff, when we're talking about mental health problems in particular, then self-help can be, it's more difficult to make it a harmful thing. If you try changing some habits, if you watch some videos on YouTube that give you some life tips that you find useful, you're not going to hurt yourself with these things, right? It doesn't hurt to try it out. I do that myself with things. I find I don't officially in any way have ADHD, right? That's a thing. But it's fair to say that I find some of the things recommended by the people who make ADHD channels like this one to be useful things. And I'm not hurting myself. It's not like I'm neglecting to take actual medicine and I'm taking herbal stuff instead and just dying or whatever like that. It's just a helpful tip. So what is the harm in that? I actually don't see any harm in that. I think that's fine. And I think that depending on the severity of your problem, there may be these are things that by and large you may be able to work through on your own. But if you can get professional help, why not get professional help? You see, there's another key thing here. A lot of what I've achieved in getting better has been through talking, right? Hours and hours and hours of talking and crying and laughing and getting angry and so many other things, right? It has not been a pleasant ride for me or for anyone else in the room. But for everyone that was in that room, we all signed up for that. We were all in that room specifically to go through that experience. And while I said things that kind of put other people through hell, they did the same thing with me. And we all together talked through stuff and made progress over a number of years. And I think a lot of people think things like, I've got friends to talk to. No. I keep saying this over and over again, and I think it's such an important thing because it's gonna, if you don't see this, it's gonna hurt you in the short term and medium term. It's gonna just hurt you, right? Friends aren't therapy. Friends have signed up to be your friend. They will support you a lot. But it's entirely feasible that what we have to get out is far more than that. And friends are meant to be friends, right? Yeah, we need people for support, but if people are there to just use us as therapy, we tend not to want to see those people as much. I think it's okay to talk to friends about some stuff, but I think for prolonged, heavy, deep discussion, for self-introspection and examination, for learning things and interactions with other people, you can't do that with friends. And for that, you need people to talk to. There are, beyond, sort of the group therapy that I've done, there are organizations out there that can help you find people to talk to. And I think they're great. And I would encourage you to do that sort of thing. I talk to people who are there to talk about this stuff, right? Don't talk to people who are being pulled in. That's one of the dangers of self-help, that we try and put upon people who aren't signed up for that. And we think, our best friends, they'll go to hell and back with me and that kind of thing. Let's not put that to the test if we can help it. Let's us be a good friend by doing that, right? And yeah, there are times you can go over to a friend's house, have a cry over a cup of coffee or whatever, and that's cool. I'm not saying don't share your emotions with your friends, but I'm saying don't use them as a replacement for therapy or other things. Your self-help is fine, but that's not self-help. That's someone else's help. And I think if you're going down this route of trying to do everything yourself, you're going to end up doing that kind of thing, because we need to talk. We need to just say things and go on for hours and say things that make us cry and say things that make us happy and realize some things. And we need to hear other people going through those things. One of the most common things that I get commented on my videos is, it's so amazing that I found someone else who feels like this. You can't do that on your own. You need human interaction. And so self-help is great. But it's to a certain extent, I see it, depending on the severity of your problems, it might be a band-aid kind of level thing. Now that might be fine. You might have a little mental health scratch that you just put the sticking plaster on and you forget about it. Right? That might be where you are, in which case, but I think you've got to look out for those two big pitfalls. That you might need help that neither I or you or a book can tell you that you need or give you. Medical professionals are there for a reason, and I recommend that you listen to them and try and see them and speak to them. And don't do one thing instead of the other. There is work to be done here. If you're in proper real therapy, don't give up on doing work yourself as well, but also don't think, yeah, I got this, I don't need help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. And indeed, there have been times when I have desperately needed that help. When you are in the depths of despair and close to bringing everything to an end, being able to call like a crisis team to come to the house and make sure that I don't do anything stupid probably saved my life 2 or 3 times. That might be too many times. They only came out once, didn't they? But having that other help there can be life-saving, can be just invaluable. And to think, no, I got this, can be damaging, can be dangerous like that. Because sometimes, no, you don't got this. That's okay. But don't try and go through it on your own when you don't have to. And then when you're trying to not go through it on your own, that danger is that you drag other people into your thing. There are people you can talk to. Even if you can't see a therapist regularly for whatever reason, there are groups of people you can meet. And that helps so much. You can't do that on your own. Self-help is great. Learn new habits, make changes, become a more positive thing. There are so many people out there who can give you some great tips in whatever form they come in. But there's so much more that you can do with the interaction of other people that are there for that. And don't put upon those who are just there to be your friend. Because this is some heavy stuff, okay? And people need to be signed up for it. And there is we'll talk more about that. I'll make a video about therapy because it's multifaceted and multi-layered and complicated. Anyway, I hope that helps. And I hope you can find a therapist and get the help you need if you need it, and find people to talk to. They're out there, I promise. Do a Google. I'm not somebody that can put up a big list of things for you to go and email. Anyway, you take care. I'll see you later. Bye.